Hey guys, it's Aubrey with Muttley Plans coming at y'all with a plan with me. Full disclosure, any excess noises that you may or may not hear in the background of this video are brought to you by Ethel, whose picture is right here. She is one of our babies, our brindle pup, shelter special. Anyway, so now on the screen, I'm showing you the kit that I decided to use for this week. It is Coffee Monsters Co. Sunrise to Sunset. What is that? Sticker kit. There we go. Words are nice. That my husband so kindly bought me towards the end of last year when he found out that I was going to be going back into an A5 planner. Having been able to use this kit this past week, it has been really nice, and actually went along with how the the week went. It started out with really good promise, and then we definitely had a few rough spots throughout the week. But as I get into this, and as I get to those days where those rough spots happened, I will let you know all about them. So the beginning of every video where you see me setting stuff up, generally that is actually done on Sunday evenings, partially because I can't help myself and I want to play in my planner, and then also because sometimes I don't have enough time, especially this time of year. My main job is very, very busy. So I like to get stuff done as efficiently as possible, and part of me being efficient is getting this set up on Sunday when I know I don't have any extra work to do. So this is my very first Coffee Monsters Co. A5 kit that I have ever used. And I'll probably be looking to get some more down the road. I actually am on a bit of a no-buy right now. Or low buy, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, funds are needing to go elsewhere. So I won't be purchasing any kits or anything like that. For the near future, at least. So anyway, so moving on, this is just me. I am a bit indecisive sometimes, a lot of the times actually, and so I was like, what's there, what do I want to use? There were so many cutesy doodles on here, and so I had a lot of options. I finally went for that emoji that's on the computer with the sunset in the window. I went with that to cover up that monthly layout at the top left-hand corner there. I've found I don't use that monthly layout. I don't really feel like I need it, and so like most people I've seen, I just cover it. And I've really been enjoying this sidebar and using it as like a just as a to-do list for life, and then also for the YouTube channel, and making a key for the different inks that I'm using. That stamp I used up at the top, that's just a monthly stamp that I got from Amazon. There are several different options. All you have to do is type in monthly stamps and they will pop up. Alright, and one thing that I know for sure I will need at that bottom left-hand corner always is going to be the key. So, if you're new here, you don't know, but I use 3 inks in 3 different fountain pens for my weekly spread. So one ink is the same throughout the months. That is my monthly ink. This month's ink of the month is Ferris Will Press Autumn in Auburn, which I put in my Twisbi Echo Cream and Rose Gold. And then the ink of the week, which I chose in my ink planning video with y'all, was Noodlers Cayenne, which I put in my Esterbrook Estie Botanical Garden. And then my third ink, which is the ink that I use the least amount, I just use it to mark in my part-time job that I have, is a very good question. I will have to remind myself what it is, because I forgot. I'll put it up on the screen somewhere. Anyway, that sticker that I put down, that YouTube sticker, is a sticker from Botanical Designs. I really found that I loved her YouTube doodles. She also had some cute fireplace doodles, and napping doodles, which you will see later on in this spread. So I really enjoyed her icons, and so you'll probably see that one every week until I run out of them. Now then, I'm using my mild liner, my zebra mild liner, just to mark in a standing 8 o'clock call that I have with my mom every weekday. I thought I would try something a little bit different. Instead of freehanding the line, I was like, let me try using this this ruler, and unfortunately I don't think it looked any better. So that is my not my Twisbi, wow, my Esterbrook Estie. It's a new addition to my collection anyway, and it's in Botanical Garden, and I'm using the color Noodlers Cayenne to mark in anything personal. And then there's my Twisbi Creme Rose Gold, and it's got Ferris Wheel Press Autumn and Auburn in it. Now we're moving on to Monday. And so now I am using my Natami Clear and Rose Gold. Oh, now I remember. See, I knew as soon as I saw myself right with it. Anyway, so what is in my Natami Creme and, my Natami Clear Rose Gold is actually Noodlers Periwinkle ink. It was actually the second runner up in my ink planning video for what ink I wanted to use as my main ink of the week. Now I'm just writing in a couple of to-dos that I have. So as you'll see later as I go through to plan Monday, or mark in what happened rather, you will see my car engine blew. And unfortunately, I still owed money on it. And so now I have a car that's, I owe more on than it's worth now. So that was definitely not fun. However, me and my husband, not to brag or anything, but we actually work really well as a team. And before I even sat down to do this plan with me and stuff, we had a family meeting or a long chat about what we can do, because obviously we don't want to be any more in debt than we are. And we came up with a good plan. We're just going to carpool for the next month and a half, 2 months, which, believe it or not, is not as scary as it sounds. The only times that he'll actually have to drop me off at work at 5:30ish in the morning is Mondays and Wednesdays. And we had to do that this week, actually, because my car broke down last Friday, but the mechanic called me this Monday about it. And so he was already having to take me to work Monday and Wednesday of this week. And we actually found that we enjoyed it. We actually got to have coffee on the drive-in. He drove me in, and he just stuck around in town. He's going to college, so he retired out of the military, medically retired, and so he is a full-time college student. So he only has to go into class on Mondays and Wednesdays. So it actually works out. We're very blessed, one, that we're such a good team, and can work through this problem, but also, that he doesn't have a full-time job, only school, and a lot of his school is online. So anyway, moving on. I did journal at the end of Monday. I did go for a walk. I will say Thursday and Friday, I did not do my TikTok walk. I was exhausted on Thursday, and then on Friday, I wasn't having it. So I didn't push myself. Anyway, marked in my usual stuff for my main job. I also had to talk with my part-time job and just let them know that they won't be seeing me Mondays and Wednesdays. I am also blessed, I guess, that I already had this part-time job rolling when this occurred, because while I was doing the part-time job to get out of debt faster, having this part-time job is actually going to help me pay off my existing loan on this car very quickly and get into a new car within 2 months. So yeah, as stressful as parts of this week have been, I really have to say I am very, very blessed, and God is good. Anyway, so moving on to Tuesday. And for those of you who are wondering if I still like that A5TM, absolutely yes. Yes, I do. It was a fantastic decision for me. I love having everything together, my planner, my journals, all of it. And it's so easy for me to travel with. So definitely was the right call. The only thing I am currently regretting about my planner and journal situation is that I did not go for the Sterling Ink A5 in the the 2-book full year. I went for the A5 compact because I was like, oh, it'll be fine. I don't journal all the time. Well, apparently this year is the year of journaling, and so I've actually had to start tipping in old Tomoe River pages from different journals that I didn't use because I wasn't journaling into the back of my journaling pages now, because I got to journaling every day and I had so much to say, and yeah. Anyway, so this planner is definitely going to be thickums, and now I know for next year I'm going to get the full year A5. So, but definitely loving the Sterling Ink. Barring anything crazy happening, I foresee myself sticking with Sterling Ink for at least next year. If not every year before. I am so sorry about the shaking. I guess at that point in time, my husband was gaming and he either got really excited about a play or he was shaking his legs. So I do have a desk that is right by his gaming desk. The main reason I do voiceovers, especially for my plan with me's, is because me and my husband spend a lot of time together in our office studio area, because he's a gamer, I'm a journaler, and that is our evening, spend time together, chat, stuff like that. And so I didn't want to get rid of that by having to talk to the camera, for a little bit of time every night. So I just do voiceovers. Anyway, Tuesday was not that bad. our Bible study did get canceled, but it actually worked out really well because I was so exhausted. Um, and we did wind up paying like the bulk of what the car was. So that was really nice the next day. Then on to Wednesday. So Wednesday was a little bit wonky jawed because we had some sleet in Oklahoma and it was really weird. I live about 30 minutes away from my work. And we got maybe a little bit of rain that iced over. And so, yeah, ice on roads, right? But Kelvin and I were driving into work and we were looking around and we were like, well, yeah, they were saying it was going to be bad, but it's not bad at all. Like, glad we decided to go in or whatever. And then we got about 5 minutes from where I work, and it was an inch of ice, sleet, snow, whatever they got. And then, of course, I got the call about 2 minutes from work that they decided we were going to have a late call. And so me and Kelvin went back home and just hung out on the couch and relaxed together until it was time to go in. Oh, and that was the other thing that happened on Wednesday. And that's actually why I put that little bright, like waking up sunshiny emoji, because not only did we have the late call, right? But somehow my alarm got mixed up and it went off at 1:55 a.m. instead of 4 a.m. And I didn't catch it until I was sitting down to the couch with my coffee. And at that point, I was like, well, I've already got my coffee, and maybe it was just sleepy brain. I don't know. But I was like, man, I got my coffee. I'm not going back to bed. And so I sat and I had my coffee and watched YouTube videos for a couple of hours until it was time to get up. Oh, and I did Devo. And then got up and went to work. And then work got pushed back 4 hours. So it was a really, really weird day, to say the least. So, and then after I got off work, Kelv and I went and picked up my car from the mechanic, and then took a much needed nap. I think actually that was the only nap that I got this week, which is rare, but life's lifing, so here we are. I didn't wind up getting to pay some on my car, so, or did I on that day? I may have. Actually, I think I did wind up getting to pay some on the car. And then I did a little bit of work from home. There's a few trainings that I've had to do this week. And so luckily I was able to balance out my late call at work with doing some of that so that I could still get paid, because I do get paid hourly at both of my jobs. And my main job does not care if the facility that we're, covering has a late start or not. If we don't get our full 8 hours in, we either have to take the difference of the hours off, or we actually have to find a way to work the hours. So I always do my best to find a way to work the hours because I am stingy with my time off. Anyway, oh, and then also you may hear some snoring in the background. If you do, that is Elvira, our big black dog. She's pretty adorable, but sorry for any noises, but the babies are extra snuggly on the couch right now. Anyway, so since I was doing online training, I was still able to kind of play in my planner a little bit while I did the training. It's one of those common sense trainings. So it was just kind of keep a half year out and pass all the tests and you're good to go. Third day, because I can't spell Thursday, apparently, was another hectic day for me. So not only at the beginning of the week did we get the information about the car, but then we got some concerning information about our contract that we have. And so that was definitely added stress. It wasn't, I don't know, it was stressful. And maybe I'm just not fully I feel like I've processed everything. I don't know. Anyway, but all of these things that were very stressful and stuff this week weren't earth-shattering for me, if that makes sense. Like I'm just very blessed, I guess, in the fact that I am a dual income household. We can make it through quite a bit by working together. But anyway, on Thursday, there was a little bit of confusion whether our jobs would transfer over to a new contract that's coming up with work. Luckily, it seems like the incoming company just wasn't tracking that we were already in place, and so once they found that out, it was all good. So it all turned out well, but it was definitely a little bit of a eyebrow raiser, I guess, a little stressful on Thursday, to say the least, to get all of that different information. But everything has turned out well. I did go to my part-time job on Thursday. I definitely had a few more phone calls with different people that were job related throughout Thursday, trying to get the contract stuff figured out. But other than that, Thursday was pretty run of the mill. I got paid by my part-time job, so I was able to pay more on the car. So slowly getting it paid off now. I've actually got a full countdown. I've got a little odometer thing to mark off how much more I have to pay off on my car. So I kind of made a game of it, if you will, just trying to make it a little bit more pleasant, if you can make car troubles pleasant. On Thursday, I was feeling kind of and frustrated because of everything that had happened, and so me and Kelv had a snuggle sesh where I watched YouTube on the couch, and he's an avid reader, so he read. And then the goal of Thursday evening for me was just to relax and journal, unwind, all of it. And so I was just a little bit too harried on Thursday to even do my TikTok walk. So I took that off. On Friday through Sunday, actually. So, for those of you who don't know, I memory plan Monday through Friday, and then I future plan Saturday and Sunday almost every week, because I don't tend to touch my planner on the weekends. I like to enjoy and be present, and I'm on to the next biggest and baddest thing, I guess. Anyway, and you'll see I did cheat on y'all a little bit on the Saturday, Sunday area, and I did put down a to-do list, because Saturday is going to be a huge, golly, Elvira, is going to be a huge cleaning day for us. It's going to be a deep cleaning day, so I went ahead and marked down everything that we were planning on getting cleaned to catch up January and honestly December pretty much anything from the holiday season up until now. It's just been wild and crazy. And we've been kind of maintenance cleaning, but we haven't deep cleaned. And so that's our goal for Saturday, which I am recording this on Saturday. I am happy to report. Mischief managed. We got, I think, all but one thing knocked off the list. So I'm a happy camper. The house is clean. And Macy has already taken a toy and destroyed it on the living room floor. So that's the life of having an Australian Shepherd. Anyway, that sticker book that I got it in a packet of 2 off of Amazon probably 2 years ago, maybe almost 3. So I couldn't really tell you. So Friday, I woke up and I was gonna go to work, and then I decided, you know what? I have all of these days off built up. I'm gonna take a personal day. It's happening. I need a little bit of self-care. Kelvin had the day off from school, so why not? So took a personal day from my main job. And then just took an L on the hours and used some of my saved up. And all I did was go in for a couple hours at my part-time job. I took the time that I would usually be at my full-time job, and I just relaxed and hung out with Kelvin. He is my best friend, and so I enjoy any time that I get to hang out with him. I also got a really good call from one of my friends at work about the contract stuff, saying that pretty much it's all going to be okay. We're going to roll over, no big deal. So that was a huge blessing, and really glad to hear it. So Elvira is on a roll, y'all. I probably should have put her picture up at the front here. Anyway, I decided to hand letter in Relax in that purple Tombow. But I decided it didn't pop out enough, so I took my purple Papermate Flare medium tip and just went around it to kind of make it stand out on the page a little bit more. I've seen several people do this on their videos online. I'll be honest, for whatever reason, it looks better when they do it. And then I decided it didn't look good. So, and that I had a dark purple ink in my Franklin Christoph. So I went in and just edged it up with that. So this is my Franklin Christoph 02, I believe. It's got a broad nib, and it's in the colorway Sage. The ink that is in it is my ink of the year. It is called Jacques Urbain Violet Imperial. So it is a dark purple shimmery ink. And I really, really like it, which is why I committed to having it in that pen for a year. Also, so Friday was Valentine's Day, and well, I did have a card for Kelvin, but Kelvin one-upped me for sure, and he made arrangements to get me my favorite flowers, which are peonies. And so I'm actually looking at the bouquet right now, and it is gorgeous. Yeah, gorgeous. We live in Oklahoma, and so the flower shops don't really carry peonies, and so you either have to custom order them or get very, very lucky. And Kelv is just, he's awesome. So anyway, so he got me that, and I didn't realize it was gonna be a date night, because honestly, I'm probably one of the least romantic women that you'll meet. So, Kelvin will remember, to go on a date, or keep up with dating and stuff like that more so than I will. Um, Sometimes I initiate dates, but most of the time, yeah, I'm really bad about it. I spent the first 27, 28 years of my life, not ever being in a relationship, or not being in long-term ones anyway, and it definitely shows in my habits. So, but we did have a date night. We watched Jurassic Park 3, which, is definitely not a lovey-dovey. It's not a lovey-dovey. It's definitely a little gory, but Kelvin's actually been reading the Jurassic Park books. I didn't really care what movie we watched, and so we settled on Jurassic Park 3, and it was actually pretty good, so I can't really complain too much. Now I'm moving on to some future planning. You're gonna see I tried to hand letter in church, and it looked awful. And so I covered it up with a sticker because that's what you do, right? So on Saturday we were gonna have coffee, and which we did, and then we cleaned and we got everything we needed done. And Saturday night, so tonight, we're actually gonna go dancing. I love dancing, and so we're going out with some friends to go dancing, and we're just gonna have a blast. It's gonna be great. On Sunday, we do plan on going to church. We are not sure if it's going to be in person or online yet, but one of the two, and then probably in person because we've got to go pick up some groceries and stuff. So, which is another thing we've kind of switched up. We're doing our main groceries at the commissary, and then we've actually gotten a subscription, or started ordering on Chewy. We put our first Chewy order in today, and then we've also got a Costco card, which we're kind of excited to go check that out next weekend. But just for this week, we're gonna stick with the commissary and get what we need from there, because luckily we still have quite a bit in our fridge. We went 21 days without eating meat as a fast for church, and so we have a whole lot of meat that we bought before that we need to work through. Plus we went to Florida, and his mom, my husband's Indian, his mom makes amazing beef curry and stuff like that, and she stocked us up. Anyway, so that was my ramble, and this is my planner. I really liked how it worked out. I will say it did get very cluttered towards the end, but that's okay. If you enjoyed this, please think about subscribing, maybe give it a like. It's for free, but either way, thanks for watching.